flock here on the Oneida Nation Reservation in Wisconsin. I'm Bonnie Webster, I'm the Public Relations Director for the Oneida Nation. I welcome everybody here tonight to watch the very first virtual inauguration ceremony of our Oneida Business Committee, our Judiciary, and our GTC Resource Center representatives. Without any further ado, I'm going to ask our Chairman, Dehasi Hill, to please give us an opening prayer. At this time, we've had our flags posted before the event. Our Oneida Nation Veterans Affairs Committee posted our flags for us. So at this time, we do have the flag song from Buffalo Creek Singers. Please rise. Please be seated. This beautiful evening, Creator took the time to cleanse the earth for us today. So it's a good day that we've started out with. I want to give you an idea of what our inauguration looks like. We have our business committee elect sitting here, and in front of us we have our judiciary as well as our general tribal council representatives, legal resource center in front of us. We have to stay socially distanced. At entering the room, we took temperatures of everybody. We made sure we asked them about their wellness, their general health, and we're keeping everybody socially distanced as well as masking ourselves. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to have more people join us today. The business committee, we have about 10 guests with us today in our entirety as well as our drum. We had to keep our numbers safe. We had to keep things limited so that everybody in the room, including our staff and our camera people, keep us in a safe and a socially distanced manner. So this is what a pandemic looks like during the inauguration. As we mentioned earlier, we hope that everything goes smoothly for you and that you're able to see this. And we have several thousand people who join us online, so actually we wouldn't have been able to get that many people in the room if we had everybody here. So this is going to enable us to reach out to more of our Oneida Nation and our friends. In our history, our culture was to install leadership by presenting them with strings of wampum that served as evidence of their pledge to live in accordance with our Constitution and exercise justice in all decision making. This leadership now will serve as our mentors in a different manner. Our leadership is now an elected leadership. There's the understanding that as a leader, the thickness of your skin shall be 7 spans, which is to say that you shall be proof against, that will act as proof against anger, offensive actions, and criticism. It's in our prayers that your heart should be filled with peace and goodwill, and you should always be mindful of the welfare of your people. They are all elected and will take their oath tonight to carry out the duties. They will take it with calm, careful deliberation, and they need to keep anger and fury far from their minds. They need to always look and listen to their people for the welfare and benefit of all. For centuries, our government has transitioned in many ways. Historically, we relied on the wisdom of the clan mothers to select the chiefs as the leadership. Today, we go to an elected system. We still look for people who are trustworthy, of good character, honest, one who manages their own affairs and takes care of their family. These are the people that we're looking at today. These are the people who the Oneida Nation has elected to serve us as leaders for the next 3 years. We're experiencing a younger generation of leadership every administration. And for the first time in my lifetime, and probably everybody here, we have a government that's been elected during a pandemic. We have a government that has more challenges before them than ever before. This is taking us back about 50 years in our history. to when our finances were very slim, our resources were very scarce. And we actually went from about 2,000 enrolled Oneidas to 6,000. It was a time when our leadership before us had the biggest challenges, and now it seems like we're right back there with a large population, and we don't have the abundance of resources, and that's because of this pandemic. This is happening all over the world. We work every day to try to impress upon our Oneida citizens and the people in our community that it's not just here. Things are not going to be the way they were 6 months ago. The challenges are great, and this leadership is going to need all the support and solutions that you can offer. We really need to pull together. As we've heard often enough, we're all in this together. Before I introduce the leadership, I want to tell you about the boxes that were given to them. They've been gifted with the blankets, of course, to keep them warm and to remember this occasion. But they also were gifted with medicines from the cannery to help them with their minds, help them with their bodies, and help them look forward and help them stay healthy. And to focus on the next generations, the next 7 generations. So they've been given good medicines. And at this time, I'd like to now introduce our newly elected 2020 Business Committee. Chairman Dehasi Dazi Hill. Dehasi Dazi has been elected to return to the seat of chairman. He's coming into this leadership with a commitment to move forward as a united committee. Dehasi hopes to bring the Oneida Business Committee forward with good governance and address the critical government issues of the Oneida Nation in a good way. Chairman Hill's goal is to work to improve the meetings of the General Tribal Council. Vice Chairman Brandon Yellowbird Stevens. Brandon also returns to the seat of Vice Chairman. He continues to see the need for positive change and the importance of engaging the entire membership in long-term decision-making for the nation in a manner that is focused and strategic. Thank you, Vice Chairman. Treasurer, Christina Danforth. Tina has returned to the Business Committee as Treasurer. She will continue to promote collaboration and teamwork amongst the leadership and plans to continue to review the budget process and encourage change that will make input by the membership more meaningful. She hopes to steer the budget process in a direction to meet the needs of the people and the community while protecting our investments and our assets. Young Tina. Secretary Lisa Liggins. Lisa hopes to continue to develop the Office of the Business Committee support as Secretary. She hopes to continue to provide quality and efficient service to the government and the citizens of the Oneida Nation. This is Lisa's first term. Congratulations. Next is our Councilman David Jordan. David was re-elected to the Business Committee as well, and he will continue his focus on legislative issues of policy and audit. David is now entering his 4th term as councilman. He will continue to advocate for accountability and oversight. Young Councilman. Next is Councilwoman Jennifer Webster. Jennifer was re-elected to the Business Committee for her 3rd term. Jennifer has been a staunch advocate for Oneida health care and education. She plans to continue to advocate for all, especially the elders and the children. Jenny. Next is Councilman Kirby Metoxen. Kirby was also re-elected to the Business Committee. He's entering his 2nd term. Kirby has carried his interest for tourism to the council and encourages the advocacy of continuing to make the Oneida Nation Reservation a destination. Kirby. Councilman Daniel Guzman King has also been re-elected, serving his 2nd term on the council. Daniel has been moving Oneida food sovereignty to the forefront of our nation and will continue to do so. You might have seen Daniel handing out our grocery boxes this summer. Thank you, Councilman. And our newly elected councilwoman is Marie Summers. Marie is hoping to build the council with her expertise in pre-law and to be a great asset to human resources and legislative policy development. Congratulations, Marie. We are now ready for the Honorable Gerald L. Hill to come forward to administer the oath of office to the 2020 Oneida Nation Business Committee. Everybody please stand.
Please repeat after me. I, say your name.
I, Dehasi Hill,
Does everybody say their name?
Speak up, please.
Swear to uphold the laws and regulations of the Oneida Nation.
swear to uphold the laws and regulations of the Oneida Nation,
The Oneida Constitution.
the Oneida Constitution,
And the Oneida General Tribal Council.
and the Oneida General Tribal Council.
I will perform my duties to the best of my ability.
I will perform my duties to the best of my abilities,
And on behalf of the Oneida people.
and on behalf of the Oneida people,
With honor, dignity, and sincerity.
with honor, dignity, and sincerity.
I will carry out the duties and responsibilities
I will carry out the duties and the responsibilities
of the Oneida Business Committee
of the Oneida Business Committee
to protect the people, land, resources,
protect the people by the decisions of General Tribal Council.
All right, as we stand for a few minutes, if you'd like to take pictures, please feel free to come and take pictures. Are asking our virtual audience to indulge us in a minute as we take pictures. Family members are here. It's hard to see how happy they are with these masks on. They're all smiling from ear to ear, yeah. You can tell by how their eyes get a little bit smaller.
Stand up, Jenny.
All right, now we'll go. All right, at this time, I'll ask Chairman Hill to please come this way. They're going to sign their oath of office. David and Jenny? It's official. At this time, I'd like to call onto the stage our Judiciary, Judge Pat Garvey, Judge Diane House, Judge Violetti Hill, Judge Patricia Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Please repeat after me. Please raise your right hand. I, and state your name. Hereby swear to uphold the United Constitution, the laws and ordinances of the United Nations. I swear that I will abide by the canons of judicial ethics and impartially apply the law and administer justice. I will perform my duties to the best of my ability on behalf of the Oneida people with honor, respect, dignity, and sincerity, and will maintain confidentiality at all times. I will carry out the duties and responsibilities as a judge of the United Judiciary and will promote and protect the best interests of the United Nations with fair, harmonious, and peaceful resolution of all matters affecting our members and our posterity. I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which I am sworn. Congratulations.
Can we have the Honorable Gerald Hill and Wesley T. Martin please come forward for your oath of office to the General Tribal Resource Center. Legal Resource Center. This is the first time we're having Resource Center representatives. Stand next to the head.
Good evening. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then state your name. Hereby promise to uphold the laws and regulations of the United Nations, the General Tribal Council, and the Oneida Nation Constitution. I'll perform my duties to the best of my ability and on behalf of the Oneida people with honor, respect, dignity, and sincerity. And will strictly maintain confidential information. I will carry out the duties and responsibilities as a member of the Legal Resource Center. And all recommendations shall be made in the best interest of the United Nations as a whole. Congratulations.
We're going to do some pictures here. So if we have the business committee, please face the audience. Thousands of people out there, so Look good. And Jared, towards us a little bit. Okay. Wes, can you move over towards Patty a little bit? There you go. How about that photographer? Are we getting everybody in the shot?
Yep.
Good.
These people have some of the greatest responsibilities and challenges as our leadership and our judiciary. Too often we are quick to blame and to challenge leadership and judges with issues that we do not support or we do not agree with. But we must be reminded to be quick to laud the accomplishments of our leadership and our judiciary. We have homes, jobs, healthcare, educational opportunities, and most of all, we have a beautiful environment where our indigenous wildlife is being cultivated. We have businesses that we need to recover. We have opportunities that we need to grasp to improve the quality of life for our families. In the midst of a pandemic, the Oneida people still have a lot to be thankful for. We enjoy this quality of life because of leadership who work to protect our sovereignty and our government for decades, for centuries. It is our responsibility to challenge and guide the leadership with solutions and supportive change. And now, it's my pleasure to bring up my chairman, Dehasi Dazi Hill, for his first address of Chairman 2020, the United Nations.
Sibuli Swabwe, the Hasidazi, you yes, Ogespe Wage, you meet the Loda, when you want to Aga, you go, you was and jokes. My name is Dehasi Dazi. I am Bear Clan from Oneida, which has been my home since I was born. I am also a proud graduate of the Oneida Nation school system. Yonko for your encouragement and support for re-electing me to serve as Oneida Nation's chairman for another term. I am thankful and blessed and honored to represent the Oneida Nation and the Oneida people. It seems we have reluctantly found ourselves living a new normal. This inauguration, for example, is much different and smaller than those of the past. We have new phrases like, oh, I forgot my mask again, or I will meet you on Teams. I'm not sure how many times I have to go back to my truck because I've forgotten my mask when going places. We have been forced to practice social distancing and are limiting gatherings and limiting the number of people at gatherings to keep our community healthy and safe. The pandemic may have brought us to our knees, and it is times like this that we must remember the fact that the blood that runs through our veins is the blood of resilience and strength. Our DNA is that of great leaders and powerful warriors, men and women alike. This last year alone, we had some of our greatest warriors have walked on. But I know they watch over us, guide us, and protect us. These are hard times indeed, yet it is also time to reflect on our community, strengths, our environment, and our priorities. Let this be a new era of awareness and movements such as Black Lives Matter and missing and murdered Indigenous women at the forefront of change. Let this be an era of doing better than before as we bring together our good minds as one, to find solutions we never imagined, while keeping our focus on rebuilding our world with a cleaner environment and healing for Mother Earth. Yonko to our Oneida singers, your songs are always heartfelt and much appreciated. Yonko to the Oneida royalty for continuing to eloquently represent Oneida Nation. Yonko to the Buffalo Creek singers for bringing in our warriors, our flag carriers, the Oneida veterans, with the strength of your drum. Yamako to our health professionals who have worked tirelessly to guide us through this ceremony tonight and have guided us through this pandemic since day one. I also want to recognize the medical professionals who keep the health and welfare of our community at the forefront of their decision making. This evening, I would also like to acknowledge my mother, Vicki, my grandmother, Delora, my mother-in-law, Lois, and my wife, Benedijo, for their love, guidance, and continued support. I would also like to express my love and thankfulness to our children and grandchildren who make our family complete. Yamako. All of us are family. We are all connected. I've been fortunate to have family that continues to support me in my efforts to become a good Oneida man, son, grandson, father, and husband. I am thankful. At this time, I would like to congratulate Vice Chairman Brandon Yellowbird Stevens, Treasurer Christina Danforth, Secretary Lisa Liggins, and our Oneida Business Committee members Jenny Webster, David Jordan, Daniel Guzman King, Kirby Metoxen, and Marie Summers. I would also like to congratulate our newly elected and re-elected Judiciary and members of our boards, committees, and commissions. As we conclude a full term in office, there are also so many people of which I am grateful. Trish King has served the Oneida Nation for many terms as a council member and most recently as treasurer. Trish and her team have made great strides in assuring the nation's finances are secure while providing more opportunities for our community to have input in the nation's budget process. Lisa Summers has served 2 terms as secretary. Lisa's organizational knowledge and project management skills have carried the business committee through many hard conversations and decisions. Lastly, Ernie Stevens III is finishing his first term as councilman. Ernie brought fresh ideas, a sense of urgency for community development, and a passion for our youth. Yamako to each of you for your accomplishments. A lot of great work would not have been possible without the professional staff here at Oneida. I would like to say Yamako to all the people we have worked with on a daily basis. We may not have seen them, but we know they were putting in hard work and making sacrifices for the nation. I know many in our community work a variety of schedules, including nights, holidays, weekends, to meet the demands of our operations to help rebuild our economy. This is difficult work, especially during a pandemic. Thank you. We've been a strong council these last 3 years, making a lot of forward strides for our nation. Some of the best news this term came out of the Circuit Court of Appeals for the 7th District, which recognized our sovereignty and reservation as established by the Oneida Treaty of 1838. We have our work set up for us in this upcoming term. We have no choice but to rise to the challenges ahead. We have a great team of people which I am excited to work with. As chairman, I always encourage discussion and respect for differing opinions. My door will always be open. Moving forward, we all know we have to continue to make changes and adjust in our personal and professional lives the best we can during this pandemic. For nearly 6 months now, we have been navigating our way through this crisis that the world never seen coming. We will continue to make organizational changes to build upon efficiency and productivity. We have to do what we can within our power to ensure we provide jobs and our services are effective in meeting the needs of our community. Our government will continue to legislate in a manner that will be in the best interest of all Oneida and for the future of Oneida. We are a sovereign nation, and our responsibility to exercise our sovereignty and protect our sovereignty, so we will continue to be a strong, sustainable for generations to come. We will continue to rebuild because that is in our blood to do so. We will strive to recover our economy and evolve as each new normal takes place. Like most nations around the world, we are in the early stages of recovery. But our culture and our language sets us apart, and that is our fire. Our ways, is our strong foundation. I am thankful for the Oneida people who provided overwhelming support for a long-range Oneida language initiative. History proves our strength in coming together to rebuild community. This time will be no different. I am confident we'll have a beautiful, thriving community for future generations. Never forget the spirit, determination, and dedication of those who built the Oneida Nation economy and provided us the quality of life of Oneida people. Remember that spirit flows through each of us. In closing, I would like to ask everyone to be mindful of the challenges we face. And on behalf of the council and myself, I ask for your encouragement, your support, and honesty. When we come together with our good hearts, our good minds, we can build a strong fire. We are truly a nation of strong families built on Jikyo and a strong economy. We must remember to nurture the fires within ourselves and all others. Y'all go.
Looking forward toward a lot of change for the next 3 years, we must always remember what we do today will impact our future generations. Today, we decide the legacy that we leave for our future generations. I believe we have a great team of leaders before us tonight. I believe they have good minds, they have good hearts, and a strong fire within each one of them that can move us forward. And I encourage you all to encourage their fire and the fire within yourself. I want to express my appreciation on behalf of the Oneida Business Committee, the Judiciary, and the GTC Legal Resource Center to the Oneida community, and to all the people that work together to plan and execute this awesome day. Please keep your mask on, sanitize, keep your distance, and stay healthy. Y'all won't hold, everyone. And at this time, please rise for an honor song for all of our elected leadership here tonight. Buffalo Creek Singers, take it away.